Okay, so the second rule, again, we're picking up same worksheet 10.1 and 10.2. And we're looking at exponent properties, and this is on the bottom of the first page. We're looking at the quotient rule, okay? So for quotient, again, this says, why do you think it's called the quotient rule? Remember, quotient means dividing, and since we are dividing, then quotient means divide. That's why it's called the quotient rule. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same process that we did the last one. We're going to write them out and then simplify it and see if we can figure out a shortcut. Okay, so 2 to the fourth means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 squared means 2 times 2. And what we're going to do is anytime I have 2 divided by 2, they divide and equal 1. And so we consider that they cancel. So I can cross out these 2's and I can cross out another 2. And then I just have a 2 times 2, which is the same thing as 2 squared. Okay, so we're gonna do that for each one of these. So 3 to the fifth is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 5 times. Then we're gonna do it over 3 to the fourth. So 3 to the fourth is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We're gonna cancel any ones that we can. So I can cancel 1 3, a second pair of 3's, a third pair, and a fourth pair. And I'm just left with 3, which is, you can just say 3, or that's the same thing as 3 to the first. Okay, we can also do it with variables, and that's mostly what we'll do. We'll do it with variables, but we have x to the 6th, so I have x multiplied by itself 6 times. Okay, and just make sure you're counting carefully with these, and then I have x squared, which is x times x. I can cancel 2 pairs, and then I'm just left with 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, x to the 4th. Okay, then the last one, I have x to the 4th, which is x times x times x times x over x cubed, which is x times x times x. 3 of them, 3 pairs cancel, and I just get x, or x to the 1st. So we want to again come up with a shortcut. And so for this one, we notice, okay, I have 2 to the 4th over 2 squared and equals 2 squared. Okay, so I have to think, how do I get from 4 to 2 to 2? And you've got to be careful with that one, because it could be 4 minus 2 is 2, or 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, so let's check the next one to see. I have 3 to the 5th over 3 to the 4th, and it equals 3 to the 1st. And so definitely dividing doesn't work, but if I subtract them, 5 minus 4 gives me 1. If I try it here, 6 minus 2 gives me 4. 4 minus 3 gives me 1. So when we are dividing with the same base, we can take the exponents and we can subtract them, and then again leave it on that same base, and we will get the simplified version. So 3 to the 5th, I do 5 minus 4, which is 3 to the 1st. This is x to the 6th minus 2, and I get x to the 4th. Okay, and it has to be numerator's exponent minus denominators. That's the key thing. X to the 4th minus 3, and that gives me x to the 1st, or x. Okay, so it says now determine a general rule for what happens when we divide two numbers with the same base. Okay, so the rule is we keep the same base and subtract the exponents. Again, it's numerator minus denominator. That's key. Numerator's exponent minus denominators. So if I have x to the a over x to the b, it equals x to the a minus b. And that is the simplified version. Okay, so that's my second rule, the quotient rule.